Archangel Michael, the event, defeating the Archons. Via Michael Love. July 24, 2016. Website: projectfreedomearth.com. Produced by Higher Self.
An Archon is an astral entity that exists only by stealing the energy of sentient beings. Their food source is human trauma and drama, pain and suffering. The creation of the Archons, according to Sophia Pistis, was said to be a mishap, or fractal byproduct of Mother Goddess Sophia's debris trail, as she jumped and fell from the galactic core, in all her passion to create and become Gaia Earth. This stealing energy by these archontic astral entities is done by using various forms of control and manipulation. The Archons are envious of human divinity and have gone to every length to keep humanity in the dark, and with no power. If a being is controlling or manipulating your universal free will in any way, or causing harm, threatening harm, they are under the influence of the archontic entity, and most likely don't even know it. The archontic control grid began the first day the earth was created, as detailed in the ancient Gnostic writings of Sophia about these entities. There is a trace of the archontic control grid still running in the matrix, but only because unconscious humans are ignorant of the fact that such a thing even exists or is happening. The good news is, you have full authority and power to stop feeding the Archon, and it ceases to be when you cut off its food supply. The only way to stop an Archon is to stop giving it your energy, or simply put, do not give it permission to have authority over you. The only thing the Archon cannot deal with is a firm, intentional, no. When you say, no, the universal prime directive kicks in and a being may not interfere in your soul's journey in any way. This is the way it is. Goodness and being in alignment with the universe creates a protective force field around you that nothing can overcome. If your heart is straight and an Archon is still attacking you, then you are giving it permission in some way. You have to block all the entry portals by saying no in every way, and be aware of all of your energetic connections. You may say, I have already done all of this and the attack continues. We say, did you say no to the person you could never say no to? Did you look around your immediate space at all the objects that may be the portal we speak of? In many cases it is an object someone gave you or that you obtained that contains traumatic energy, and may even be something very sentimental to you. If you look, you will find this object and the destruction of it is the saying, no, you may have overlooked. In other cases, we have seen beings disconnect from other beings and leave residue energy behind for months, or even years, by leaving their phone number in their phone. Something as simple as this is a consensual contract or agreement for a being to drain some of your power constantly. It's interesting to note here that some of these beings don't have a clue they are sucking the life out of your body. They just know it feels good when you are feeling trauma or pain of any sort, and do not understand how any of this works behind the scenes. The grandest trick or creation of the Archon is called the 3D matrix. Everything about this control system is anti-sentient life, and the closer you look at it, the more you will be disturbed by what you see. It's also interesting to note that the matrix definition of an Archon is a magistrate, a judge, or public official, such as a policeman or a politician. It also means Lord. The Archon can work physically through other beings, but they themselves are 4D astral entities that cannot exist for more than a few minutes in the physical world. The powers that were, as we do not give them our energy, are running the archontic program, and is certainly where the idea of some fearful evil devil came from. One could call the Archon, the demon or the devil, that takes over the psyche during both awake and sleep hours. Many of you have most likely experienced a tremendous astral attack in the night or day, so you understand what we are speaking of here. If you are near or connected to a being that drains your power fast, or disturbs your energy field in a negative intense way, you are encountering an Archon. These Archons were detected etherically by the Essenes and Gnostics over 2000 years ago. They were defined as being parasites, programs running in the DNA of humans. Here is the most shocking and mostly unknown fact even to many light workers. The prime Archon is named Jehovah. This being is the God of the Old Testament Bible. This being is not God at all, but a poser who has tricked the whole human race for eons. What does it feel like when your energy is being stolen? It is the lowest vibration you can feel. It is because your life literally is leaving your physical body. Do you see how important all of this is? Do you also see how it could be possible to live forever in a human body? An Archon has no creative energy of its own, as we do, and all it can do is steal your energy and create with that. What they create, however, is only some situation or thing that will only be used for further stealing of energy. The Archon uses trickery, ignorance, deception, hate, word magic, and the threat of deadly force, and many other ways to gain one's consent to steal their energy. This is played out every day in one's personal life, as well as all the systems that make up the 3D holographic matrix. As you know, the 3D matrix itself has only one purpose: to drain off 100% of human resources, human life force. Some other ways an Archon can steal your energy is by holding your attention in a verbal or textual argument, or even a discussion with lots of questions or nonsense. The Art of War, an ancient spiritual manuscript says, "The one who speaks last loses." What is the solution here? Stop the discussion at once. This is the saying no, and the cutting of the cord. When you are no longer in the discussion, notice the pain stops and your energy returns shortly after. Another way is called the Archon guilt or blame trip. This one is mostly used in intimate or family relationships, where the other being feels inferior, and they only feel power, your power, when they are putting you down, or making you feel bad for doing something to them, that has nothing to do with you. If you tell a being you need your personal space, you are not doing anything to them, so there is no need to feel guilty or accept blame, and furthermore, you have every right to decide who is in your personal space, and should exercise this universal right. We say, have no gods before you. You are the highest authority in the universe, so stop being tricked into giving your energy to controlling, manipulating, unhealed beings, who are disconnected from the source that they are. There is no asking or begging for a cord to be cut, just say, no, and keep all beings who do not resonate with you out of your personal space. Your reality and all of the power that is being drained from your being will return. When you have all of your power back, you shall be whole again and can do all things. You are a child of the light and all goodness, but at this time, take inventory of who you are connected to and who they are connected to. The Archon uses what is called chain cords to connect from one being to another, and maybe to someone who is close to you right now. When you sweep the house clean, take care to sweep it completely, and to look very close at everything, so that you are not caught unaware. Archangel Michael is the universal master of cutting unhealthy astral cords. Know that this is not done using some airy-fairy method, but by using attentive diligence and firm intention of not allowing any being to control or manipulate you in any way. Just say, no in every way, completely removing a being out of your personal space when you detect their unhealed, manipulative, distorted energy field. A simple way to know when you should cut a cord is this: when it doesn't feel right or good, it isn't, so cut the cord completely. This means put space between your reality and theirs, so there is no vibrational interference. It is important to note that you must be impeccable in all that you do: your heart, DNA, must be clear from your own archontic programs. You must have already healed your own emotional traumas and blockages, and you must always choose love over fear, in every situation, for all the steps of cord cutting to work effectively for you. Here is what happens when you completely cut a cord with an archontic controlled being. They notice at once, etherically, that something is up, and they become disturbed, and they will usually have a full-blown reaction like a child in a temper tantrum. Here is how you deal with this. Let them have their tantrum. It is no concern to you and has nothing to do with you. At this point, your level of being has fully transcended any harm that can come your way, and you should have already removed them completely out of your space, and so you most likely won't even notice their emotional tantrum. The tantrum itself is one last attempt to steal your energy further by again getting your focus, but do not give it. It is important to focus completely on you, and what you love, after you cut a cord with an Archon-infected being. Your very focus on them, and thinking of them, again connects the cord back, so focus on you, and that being is not even in a reality where they can reach you. We know how humans might have some what-ifs about all this, but trust us, there are none as long as you follow what we have said. If a being attempts to step further past your divine line, saying thus far and no more, we assure you the universe will take care of the being and the matter quickly for you.